Hey guys, we are from 2L1C. My name is Luo Jikyong, followed by my group member Gan Cha-yi and Lee Chong-ye. Our assignment topic is case study on how FMEA is used to identify all possible potential failure of a product or process in company. And we choose the Panasonic manufacturing in Indonesia as our case study topic. This is our content. It consists of introduction of failure mode effect analysis FMEA, 7 basic tools of quality QC tools, total quality management TQM, and breakdown of case study, and also consists of research method and discussion and conclusion. So let us move into introduction. For our thesis statement is how FMEA analysis can be conducted in a systematic way. Before move into detail, let us start with what is FMEA. FMEA is a tool used to identify the evaluate failure mode in process of design and help to determine the cause of failure. It is designed to reduce the chance of failure by driving action for improvement. FMEA first developed and implemented in 1949 by US Army, later executed in Apollo space program to temperate the race. There are 5 types of FMEA. System FMEA is focused on technology and system configuration, and for the design FMEA is focused on designing product before it go to production. For the service FMEA is focused on service, and for the software FMEA is focused on software, whereas for the process FMEA is focused on manufacturing and assembly process. For our assignment topic, we are focused on process FMEA because it dealing with the manufacturing problem. So now, let us proceed to FMEA process map. To carry out the failure mode and effect analysis, we need to know about our map process. Map process also called as process flow in production line. Next, identify all the potential failure mode, describe and record effect of failure, and also determine severity of failure. After that, determine the cause of failure. Determine the cause of failure, we can use fishbone analysis, 5 why analysis, and also failure tree analysis. After determine the cause of failure, next determine how often the failure occur, and then followed by evaluate control for process and determine detectability. What is RPM? RPM is a risk priority number. RPM is a measure used when assessing risk to help identify critical failure mode associated with the design or process. RPM has its own equation, which is RPM equals to severity times occurrence times detection. So what is severity, occurrence, and detection? And my group member will further explain in detail later. RPM is calculated based on information from potential failure mode, effect and cause, the current ability of the process to detect the failure before they reach customer. After the RPM has been calculated, the lower the RPM is always the better, and the company will take action for those RPM is higher.
What is the meaning of severity, occurrence, and detection? Severity ranking marks the level significance of the effect of a potential failure. Occurrence stands for the probability that a specific cause will occur. Detection is assigned to evaluate the ease of detecting the occurrence of a potential mode of failure. Severity ranking uses a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 means none, and 10 means that a mode of failure is hazardous without warning, affecting safe operation of the process being studied. Occurrence also uses a scale of 1 to 10. In the scale, 1 means remote, and 10 means very high frequency of occurrence. Detection ranking uses a scale of 1 to 10 as well. However, the higher the detection of a mode of failure, the lower is its assigned number. For example, Rating of 1 indicates a detection of extremely likely, whereas 10 indicates a detection of very unlikely. 7 basic tools of quality is a quality control tool useful for troubleshooting issues related to quality and make statistical analysis less complicated for the average person to understand. Check sheets are used to ensure that the data is carefully and accurately collected. Scatter diagram is the simplest way to determine if the cause and effect relationship exists between two variables. Cause and effect diagram enables a team to focus on the content of the problem. Pareto diagram is used to identify the most important problem. Histogram to identify the frequency of the quality defect. Stratification investigates the cause of a problem by grouping data into categories. Control charts focus attention on detecting and monitoring process variation over time. Process capability provides ability for the process to meet design specifications. Total quality management was first developed in the 1950s and then steadily became more popular in early 1980s as it became a management philosophy where all departments of employees needed to focus on meeting customer needs and organization objectives. Total quality management focuses on 3 principles, which are customer satisfaction, employee involvement, and continuous improvement in performance in order to achieve high level of quality performance.
Now, I'm going to talk about the background of our case study. As mentioned in previous, we choose case study at Panasonic Manufacturing in Indonesia of East Jakarta. It is the largest manufacturer for home appliances such as washing machines. We will further discuss on this product on this case study. Why FMEA is carried out in this company is because the company strives for producing high quality and reliability products. The researchers of this company have identified the failure mode and the corrective actions will be implemented for those with RPN more than 125. This RPN value is set by the company. So, for different company may have different RPM target. What is the main goal of this case study? How FMEA could help to minimize effect of failure costs in FMEA? How QC tools benefits the company and how various departments can contribute to TQM. We will then further discuss for these 3 particular points in the following slide. So, let us start with the first step of FMEA process map. First, we should study on the process flow of washing machines assembly to get clear understanding of the washing machines assembly process. The picture shows is the process about how the washing machine is assembled. They will analyze further on this sub-process by collect data during tests and inspections using check sheets to see during which process it will produce the potential failure. After data was collected, the feedback from expert was required as to conduct cause and effect diagram, which is also known as fishbone or Ishikawa diagram. The picture shows one of the potential failure which is washing machine spinning off, which affect the machines to malfunctions. The cause is then further categorized into 3M, which is man, material, and machines. In addition, the cause is further breakdown. For example, material does not meet the requirement can be categorized under materials. After complete constructing the fishbone diagram, the cause and effect of the potential failure is then converted into a table as shown in the picture. Then, the researcher of the company will assign the value for severity, occurrence, and detections according to the information provided by the expert from the company itself. As we can observe from the previous slides, the top 2 causes is exceed the limit set by the company, which is 160. However, for the last cause, although it has not exceed the limit of RPN, but it is still considered close to the value. Therefore, the company also will provide recommendations or corrective actions to minimize the RPN value. In other words, it is to minimize the failure. In order to minimize the RPN value, all the departments of the company should work together and brainstorm to come out the possible solution. After the corrective actions is suggested by the expert from each department, it is then converted into the table as shown. The researcher will assign again the value for severity, occurrence, and detections as to ensure that after the actions is implemented, it will result in minimizing the failure. For example, by install the sensors on machines to detect fiber due to fiber cable come out of connector will increase in detections. Hence, the RPM value will be minimized. As mentioned on previous, TQM stress on three principles which are customer satisfaction, employee involvement, and continuous improvement. We will now look into how a various department can contribute to these three principles of TQM by carrying out the corrective actions. First, for customer satisfactions. When a service department can provide a good service in terms of quality of products to customer, then it will somehow achieve customer satisfaction. Second principle of TQM, employee involvement. There are several departments are found involved in carrying out the corrective actions, such as engineering department, productions equipment department, and procurement department. How they actually involved in carrying out the actions. For example, the engineering departments, they are carrying out the corrective actions by install a sensor to detect fiber on the machines. Productions, it will have the responsibility on identify connected cable that are recently mistaken connected. And for equipment departments, they will perform inspections on the machines to reduce frequency of wrong cable connections. Lastly, for procurement departments, they play an important role on improve the supplier as to ensure the supply material are in the specifications. Third principle of TQM, continuous improvement in performance. When the corrective actions is implemented by each department, it can ensure to minimize the failure and on the same time improve the products to a better quality. Finally, we have come to conclusions. Based on the observations of the case study, it is proven that FMEA has the capability of assisting company managements to conduct in a systematic way. How QC2 can benefit in a company? QC2s actually benefited in the company in the way such that it helps the researcher to have an overview on the process by studying the process flow. For check sheets, it may help the company when collecting the data and ensure the data is collected accurately. Finally, cause and effect diagram. It helps to analyze the potential failure as it provides better focus on each aspect of the failures. How TQM principle apply on the company? TQM principle apply on the company by involvement of employee to come out with solutions and implement corrective actions. Continuous improvement in performance by implementing corrective actions and produce a better quality products. And finally, provide better quality of products to customer resulting in higher customer satisfactions.